La 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 la. Hello, you beautiful people. My name is Matt, and I made it my mission to casually walk all the way through Tyria. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, this is gonna be really fun in Maguma Jungle and stuff. Oh boy, this is gonna take me forever. What am I doing with my life? The amount of iron they're using is just insane. I love these guys. Come on, dude. I'm recording a video. You can't do this to me. What is that? Is this a sawmill? Don't get me wrong, it all looks great, but also no one really thought about anything. I'd like to see all these things to be functional. I'm very sorry if you're a Guild Wars fanboy and I'm completely overanalyzing all of this. This is a really cool design. Isn't that way more likely to basically improve on that tribal stuff? This is good. Imagine someone would try to climb the wall. They would have to jump over this pointy fence. Why are these on the inside though? I think someone accidentally placed the bridge the wrong way around. Alright. Let's go to the next area. Alright, here we are in the Shiverpeak Mountains. In the Wayfarer Foothills, to be exact. Ah, look at this. This looks awesome up there. Kind of wondering if this serves any purpose, but it looks great. Actually, before we get going, let's go up there. Yeah, I haven't played for so long. I haven't seen this before. Also nice automatic doors. Apart from the fact that they have no hinges, this design is great. Again, there's a little bit too much effort put into just a door. But then again, the Norn built everything like that, right? Just the fact that the door is solid on the bottom, which is good for defensive structures. And then you have the cutouts on top, which first of all, it looks nice. Second, it saves you material, while still being somewhat of a border. Because if you have a bigger enemy, a big dragon or whatever, it could just jump over the door, but not with this. Not as easy, at least. Okay, so this actually does serve a purpose, so I like this too. It's just for not falling off as easily. I really don't mind that there's no cover here, because if you see this path down there, there's not much cover needed. If you want to shoot at an enemy down there, and you had like a half cover, that will really just get in your way of shooting at the people down there, or throwing stuff. Basically, if you have an advantage in elevation like this, then you don't even need to shoot. You can just throw stuff at people, like big rocks and hot oil or just hot water. Also great design again, just the Norn. Gotta love it, man. Look at this guy. It looks so fancy. I would wear that in real life. Yeah, we don't need to talk about this, right? I think nowadays we should actually have a feature in every game where you can decide for yourself if you want to wear barbarian-like armor that shows a lot of skin, or if you want to wear realistic armor. This is a great design. For a shrine as elaborate as this, I think having something as valuable as this fence really makes sense. And it looks awesome, right? And I gotta say really quick, I'm commenting a lot on this looks awesome, that looks awesome, and this and that doesn't. It's really all my own opinion. A lot of these things you can't really comment on objectively. What you can comment on objectively is this tent, for example. Because if you look at... Oh, it's even patched up here. Hello? Why is no one repairing this? Got all this beautiful hall and then a shabby tent like this. But also, if you had a tent as low as this, snow would just completely destroy it all the time. You would be in a constant struggle to brush the snow off this tent. There would probably be a whole profession in this nation. People who are just snow shovelers, who are walking on these tents and clearing the snow all the time. This makes a lot of sense. The architecture here is pretty good in that all the roofs are very high and steep for the snow to come off. So tents would be the same way. Tents would be really high and probably long or something to have a lot of space instead of wide. Most of this I like, visually as well as... What are these electric lights? It couldn't be anything else. It can't be like fire. Like everything burning would need to be exchanged. Gas, there's no pipe for gas. doesn't work either. It could only be electricity or magic. Let's say it's magic. Anyway, what I was gonna say, as far as I understand it, the Norn are supposed to be nomads. So they basically always live in these tents, and they only build structures like that to show off, basically. So it makes a lot of sense that everything is really beautiful and elaborate here. Is this ice? Are the windows made of ice? That's a great idea. Why not, right? The question is it cold enough, really? Wouldn't it melt? Wouldn't it melt from the inside? Kind of have an issue with the beds just standing in the room like that. As far as I know, it's been like that in Viking longhouses. But then again, this is more of a meat hall, and I don't think anyone would, like, sleep here. Tanning rack. I don't know if it's the same process. Probably not the same process for pelts. But making leather is a very stinky business. So you wouldn't have a tanning rack inside a building like that. Not inside the meat hall or whatever. Nice. I like that. Smart move. There's a cave here, so we build something around it. And we can use it for ourselves. Greenery in here? Unlikely. You can probably explain everything away with magic. Everything I say. Also the soundtrack. I think this horn perfectly emulates the vastness and height of the mountain. Like how majestic everything is and stuff. Great soundtrack. And then you got the little tinkles for like the snowflakes falling. So annoyingly, I got this caravan event right behind me. I hope there's not gonna be too many enemies spawning here. Well, let's see.
I feel furious.
This is like a drive-by shooting. Let's say we're on the same height. Let's just go down all the way here. Go to Holbrook, and then when we're at the same height as another waypoint, we go back up. Here we can see some very useless fences. Kind of wondering why they're even here. Alright, welcome to Holbrook. I'm not quite sure how you would actually speak it. Like Holbrook. Holbrook. Look at how much love they put into this universe. It looks busy even though there's only like 5 players around. There's all these dialogues going on. A voice dialogue, actually. Great. Very interesting structure right there. Also this, look at this. It looks so good. Stereotypical hammering of things to build stuff. So this all looks pretty amazing. There's a lot of fire going on here. It would be quite a lot of effort to keep these fires going. They would use up so much wood every day. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that they wouldn't have enough wood for that. Because, like I said, I think the Guild Wars wiki said that all these Norn are supposed to be nomads. They wouldn't keep too much wood on them. Maybe here they settled down. They should, in my opinion. It would make sense. Otherwise, this is way too much. Let's have a quick look at the inside of this. I like that they reinforced the lower beams. The reinforcements look kind of questionable, but they tried, you know. They tried to go for a look that's beautiful and at the same time looks like reinforced beams, so it can sustain all this high roof. That's pretty cool. Also this, like, it can't stand up on its own, so it needs to be suspended from the ceiling. There should be something to suspend it on, to be honest. A wooden beam or something, not just... It seems like it just goes right into the glass ceiling, right? I wonder what this is for. Looks like char technology. Look at this banner. Beautiful. Elaborate octagonal tables. That's a cool little trick, actually. By making tables octagonal instead of round, I guess the devs saved a lot of processing power. What I don't like as much is the amount of iron that is used on these tables. It's really not necessary. I can let that slide with the char, but here, I don't know. Huge cooking pot like that. Ooh, I could go for that right now. Okay, so obviously all of this is just for showing off. So I think for a fantasy setting, we can absolutely get away with the size of all this and the looks. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh. Oh, this is made of metal. What the hell? This game really has an obsession with huge metal structures. In that case, it's even more likely this will hold. I thought this was just all wood, and actually it looks like wood from the inside. Seems to be wood in a metal casing or what? Interesting. What I really do like is the way it's built, because snow would basically brush off itself. Yeah, I think this is really good world building, not factoring in material strength and the fact that maybe this couldn't exist in the real world. But criticizing that would be a little bit too nitpicky in my opinion, because you gotta draw the line somewhere. There's no way you can research everything in your world to a degree where you get every nut and bolt right. So all of these buildings kind of look the same, they are just the same thing in a smaller version. This is really cool. I never noticed this. The light coming out. I'm not sure why it would, or if you could actually make glass so it would do this. But it looks amazing. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like this. All these little pieces of paper, painted paper I guess, or painted tissue, something like that. They make a really neat look. And they are not glowing like the lampions we saw earlier. It still looks awesome, right? You don't need glowing stuff. Again, interesting building, interesting structures right here. Kind of questionable. Especially the way this is built on all sides. Snow would just weigh down so much and just stack up on the roof of this. So you would constantly need people to shovel snow off of it. What's this? Why is this like going into the mountain? Why does it end here? I feel like there should be something here. That's a really weird area. Casually stand in the brazier. So this area looks like there should be something here, something of importance, or maybe a riddle or something. This whole area is like they didn't get finished. They didn't get done with Hullbreck. They were just like, whatever. Let's just leave it empty. They were just like make a huge lake and be done with it. Another grand hall. More stuff hanging from the ceiling. But yeah, visually I like all of this a lot. It's also useless for the little fires over one big fire. Alright, so from a writing perspective, I really think it's a great idea to have the bear shrine leading to a cave. That's really smart. And then we have wolf open to one side. That is interesting. It would be very cold in here. There's no real reason to heat this building. Other than Norns being pompous assholes, I guess. Alright, so we're about the height of this-ish. So let's go here and continue our journey. So like I said earlier, there's not a lot to comment on in this region. That's why I skipped half of it. There's this thing up there. It's just all magic and stuff, so that's fine. Little cave there. So it seems that maybe the Lion Guard or someone is going around lighting all these torches all the time, which is a terrible task given where we are and what it accomplishes. Because there's really not a lot of population going on here, right? I don't think this is reasonable, keeping these torches lit. What's going on with you guys? You know what? Maybe there are a lot of people here. What is your problem? Yeah, you keep distracting him. You got this, girl. I'm just here for walking. What is this? What is this savage trader girl? It's the second Jotun she's fighting. Like one Lion Guard fighting with shield and weapon in hand against a giant, and this girl is like, I got this! One thing I really like are the Dolyaks as just pack animals. Okay, back on track. Oh, hello there. You good? Keep drifting. Also, these raptors are one of the best designed things ever in any game. A Nasher. The wolf growls a warning and glances to its owner for a cue. It quiets down as its owner is not here. Oh, it's the kid. This is so great. Like there's this kid sitting here and he's actually giving you some exposition. And that would be such a great cue to start a quest. Maybe not even a quest, maybe just keep it a secret. Maybe just you read all of this, like my parents went up there and now they didn't come back, they might be in trouble. You don't even get a quest, you just get the cue to go somewhere. That would be great. And then I think most of the time there actually is something there if you go around and talk to NPCs. Like if I go where he said to go, I probably would find his parents. But in the end, it's gonna be another one of those hearts, and then you do it, and then there's nothing. It doesn't feel as rewarding as having an actual quest and going to someone, tell him, yo, I did your quest, and then that guy will be super thankful and give you something nice in return. That would be way cooler. Also, one thing I'm wondering, do Sylvaris actually freeze? I think I remember one NPC saying like, I can't feel the cold, it doesn't bother me at all. But then again, when I get the freeze debuff, I'm shivering. Okay, so another... This is how it's supposed to be. Oh, so... Okay, so they just put the fort in the mountain, that's why it looked like that. So normally it's actually a great design with the wall high like that, and then up there are the windows, where you would walk around on the inside of the building. Yeah, that's way better, that's way better. See, that's a good fence, that's a useful fence. That feels so big. That's really well crafted. That is so cool. It's just moments like these with a good soundtrack in the background, you staring off into the distance and just appreciating the beauty of the game. It doesn't always have to be so fast. You can just take a casual walk and slow down for a second. These sounds, so good. The sound design is so good in this game. And all these things, like, it's only now that I'm taking the time to really slow down and slow walk through these areas that I'm noticing all these minute details. I never realized when I was actually actively playing the game. I never realized the sound design was so good and all the whole design. Like, it took me like a year of staring at the ground and running around and doing stuff until I realized that, holy shit, the design is really good in this game and I should look up more. And I really had to force myself to bring the camera up and look up more and look into the distance and appreciate this game. One thing I'm asking myself, who paved these roads? There's a lot of roads going on. And also, who's keeping them in this condition? Like, they're clean, even though it's snowing all the time. They should be covered in snow unless... Like, man, there must be so many people running around doing just basic maintenance, like clearing the roads, lighting the torches. Well, I mean, if everyone's as courageous and determined as this trader girl from earlier, then I guess problem solves itself. Look at how dark and threatening this is, and the snow just slowly falling, just looming in the sky. I'm actually getting the shivers right now. That's why they call them the Shiverpeak Mountains. So I guess we're gonna go here, maybe visit this, and then port down, go into Lion's Arch, visit Lion's Arch, and then go out the top. Okay, I think I gotta pause. Someone's asking for my help. I'm a nice guy. I gotta do it.
Later.
Okay, so I was gonna have a look at this because this is kind of interesting. Some kind of battle pit. It's a cool idea. The location is a bit weird, it's a bit remote. But yeah, I can see this be a thing. But if this would attract spectators, right? So I would say this should be more populated. And if there's more people, then there should be more buildings for sheltering these people. So I don't know, there's like a small city missing here. I think from a world building perspective, this would either be closed because there are no visitors, no viewers, or there would be a small city around this. At least a tavern or something. I'm not gonna go through this region. I don't think there's much to see here. We're just gonna go from our standpoint way down to Lion's Arch. There we are. There's a lot to see here. I don't know if I actually want to go around the whole city. I'm just gonna walk to my destination and comment on what I see on the way. So If you like this video, I could do another one on Lion's Arch later. From what I see here, I really like this style. It's the underside of a boat. And yeah, it's implemented in the style so well. It looks so great. I think the implication is that all these boats washed up on the shore and on these rocks and stuff when this whole region got flooded or something. I can see people using these abandoned wrecked boats to build something new. But then again, building something so pompous and beautiful, would they really still use boats for that? But maybe, and that's why I still like this kind of style and architecture, maybe they said, okay, this is our history now. This is what our buildings look like, and we want our beautiful buildings to have the same kind of style, which is cool. There's nothing too fancy about it. I can see all of this existing like that. It's cool, it's realistic, it's fun, great design. Love it. Okay, so looking at these towers again, I love the design. Just the stone and then the wooden structure on top of it. Looks amazing. And the bridge between those. That boat though? Why? When you're designing buildings like this, you should always ask you the question, what are these buildings for? What is going on inside these buildings? This might be some administration building. Also, can we just talk about this? Be gone! I'm realizing I didn't actually talk about this. But tiny people as pets, why? No. No. Okay, so this is new Lion's Arch. I really liked old Lion's Arch. Let's just put it like that. There are some insane designs going on here. And while they look amazing, I still like the charm of old Lion's Arch more. Also, there's a lot to talk about here, and also nothing to talk about, because it's all personal preference mostly, and someone put a lot of work into it. I really don't want to shit on it, and I like most of it. I think this is supposed to be something like a jellyfish kind of plaza, and this is a kraken, obviously. There's a sea star, so there's a real cool theme going on here. Oh, and the seashell, of course. What I like about it is it feels like all the technology is coming together, like of all the races. Beautiful stone buildings that look like they're made by humans. You got this glass kind of stuff that looks more Asuran. So it basically all comes together, and that's what I like about it. Alright, next area, the Gendaran Fields. But the rest of the journey is gonna be another half an hour, so I hope I'll see you again for the last part of the series. I hope you had fun, I certainly did. Please don't forget to rate the video, and if you want to support my channel, you can do so by subscribing and hitting the bell, because I only upload like every 2 or 3 weeks or so. And if you want to give something back, you can go to patreon.com/badmuffin and support me there. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, have a wonderful time. Muffin out.